Hello and welcome to a slightly early edition by 8 minutes because I forgot that I was going to wait till 3 and I was typing up all my stuff to put on social media and for the title and everything so I'd be ready to go live, and then I just instinctively hit start. So here we are. I am Hunter King, Blind Eye himself, owner and proprietor of Blind Eye Media, and this is Blind Eye Live for this Thursday. So we got an NBA playoffs recap. I'll hit some headlines, including the final five-star basketball recruit for this cycle has just signed with the Tennessee Volunteers. Go Big Orange. So we'll talk about that. We've got, you know what? I'll save that rant for tomorrow, because I'm going to put that in the title, I think. Yeah, we'll save that for tomorrow, because that could take a while. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil it. But let's just say I've got a little bit of a rant about sports media hypocrisy. Oh wow, another one of those. Yeah. I think this one's a good one though. So we'll save that for tomorrow. That being said, getting into some of the daily news, I'll go on this short little rant to start. Can we please stop with this stupid NFL schedule release where we're just kind of piecemealing the schedule out? No one cares that much. This is not some kind of event. No one is suspenseful. Everyone's just annoyed. Just drop the whole schedule. Like, not everything has to be some big event. Like, this really can't be driving that much social media traffic. No one cares. Like, this is stupid. Like, every day, oh, we got a new release for some big primetime game. Just drop the whole schedule. No one really cares. All we care is that the schedule's out so we can buy our dang tickets already. That's it. That's all people care about the schedule for. And to know what's happening. Not everything is some big social media event. It's really stupid. It's really stupid. Get it together, NFL. Also, kind of related to that, a lot of people don't know that DirecTV no longer has NFL Sunday Ticket. The NFL is smartly moving away from these these locked-in cable satellite agreements, and they're taking this to streaming stuff, because why would I force people to have some service before they can even pay for my product when I can just have them pay for my product and stream it myself? I get the idea is like someone else is doing the back end or dealing with getting it to the customer, like through DirecTV, what have you. However, that's not the hardest thing to do in the world, and why would you not partner with a online brand that could do that, where all people have to have is internet, which everyone has internet. Makes sense. I can't remember if they're partnering with Amazon on Sunday Ticket or if they're doing something else, but and I can't remember if it's ending going into the season or if it's next year, but NFL Sunday Ticket's no longer with DirecTV, which is cool. Let me see some other headlines off the top of my head before I go to the NBA scores. Oh, apparently, well, you know what? I'll wait. We'll read that directly. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get into these NBA scores from last night. One of which to my great surprise, and we're going to start there. Let's adjust this, and then bang. My Grizzlies surprised me. At home, no Morant, we dominated the Warriors. This is how brutal this game was. I want you to look at the box score here. The Grizzlies dominated so hard, particularly in the second and third quarters, that the Warriors were able to outscore us by 13 in the fourth quarter, and they still only were able to cut the final score to 39. Point difference. And I said, there's no way the Warriors could be worse offensively. Well, they found a way to do so by shooting less shots. Klay Thompson went 3 of 6 from 3, which was a marked improvement over missing all of his shots the previous game. I believe Curry technically shot a better percentage, going 3 of 8. But when you shoot 45% from the floor on 80 attempts, they shot a decent 36% from 3. The difference is they weren't given like a crap ton of free throws in comparison. They were 9 of 13 shooting on the game, but they only had 13 free throws. Now, maybe you're thinking, well, man, how many free throws did the Grizzlies shoot? Because, my gosh, that's such a massive point disparity. And for the Warriors to technically play slightly better or slightly more efficiently offensively, especially from 3 than the previous game, well, Memphis must have gotten a ton. They got 30 free throws. And they made 22. That's only a 13-point swing. So let's just say that the Grizzlies made the same 9 free throws that Golden State did on the night. That would only take away 13 points off of that score for the Grizzlies. Now, obviously, if there weren't fouls, think possessions would be different, sure. But you're looking at a 121-95 blowout compared to a 134-95 utter demolition of the Warriors. And this is without Ja Morant. So, kind of looking back or going into this, or going back into the box score here, Jonathan Kuminga started at center again. He played 24 minutes, 7 of 16. He missed all 5 of his threes, so he was 7 of 11 inside the arc. And he was 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 17 points, a turnover, 2 fouls. He was only -5 in his 24 minutes. Out of the players that started the game, he had the best plus-minus. It almost seems like maybe they should have played Kuminga more. Draymond Green had 5 turnovers in this game, 5 points, 3 fouls. He was -32. He had 5 assists, 7 rebounds, but missed both of his threes, was 1 of 2 from the line, 2 of 4 from the field. Andrew Wiggins only played 19 minutes in this game. He was -23 with only 5 points, 3 fouls, a block, a turnover, 1 rebound. Not super effective. Steph Curry, and they were getting blown out during the third quarter. They kind of, their starters didn't play in the fourth. Curry and Thompson both played 25 minutes. And the efficiency's not bad, but Curry didn't shoot near as much as usual. 4 of 10 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line. He had 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, a foul. He was -37. Klay Thompson was -45. Curry finished with 14 points. Thompson had 19 points on 7 of 12 shooting, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. But -45. The Warriors' defense got destroyed in this game, which is kind of crazy. And, you look, everybody who played for them played at least 12 minutes. They let a lot of their bench guys get bigger minutes in this game. I'm going to assume a lot of Kuminga's minutes, because he started last game but only played, I think, 5 minutes. I'm going to assume a lot of his minutes must have come then in the fourth quarter because he ended up -5 as compared to all the other starters. Bielitsa played 20 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He was -15. You got 12 minutes of Otto Porter. He missed all 3 of his three-point attempts, which were all of his shots. Had 2 fouls. He was -8. Juan Toscano Anderson played 16 minutes, 2 of 5, 1 of 3 from 3, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, 3 turnovers, 5 points. He was +10. Kevin Looney, 16 minutes off the bench, 1 of 1 from the field, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 2 points. He was -9. You got 24 minutes of Damian Lee in this game, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 3 rebounds, 10 points. He was -5. Jordan Poole was -34. He had maybe his worst game of the season. He only played 20 minutes, but 1 of 6, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, 3 points. He was -34. That's what I mean by worst game. The -34. Moses Moody got 17 minutes in this game. 4 of 7, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 rebounds, an assist, a block, a turnover, 10 points. He was +8. And I talked about like the shooting numbers for them. The Grizzlies, on the other hand, kind of a wild performance, to be completely honest, considering nobody played more than 25 minutes in this game. Jaren Jackson, 25 minutes, was 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 8 rebounds, 3 of those on the offensive end, 3 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, 21 points. He was +42 in 25 minutes. And, great efficiency there. Great defense. Dylan Brooks, once again, the most shot attempts on the night for the team, and it didn't hurt us, even though he was bad shooting. 5 of 13, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line. But he played really good defense. 4 rebounds. He had 4 assists, 1 steal, 12 points. He was +38. No turnovers, only 2 fouls, which for Brooks is really good because I'm pretty sure it's rare that he has a game where he has under 3 fouls, no matter if he plays 12 minutes or 38. Steven Adams in 22 minutes. He didn't shoot the ball very well at all. 2 of 7. 3 of 5 from the line, which is fine for a big. But this is the story of the game, was the rebounding. Between Jackson, Brooks, and Adams, the starting lineup had 10 offensive rebounds. Adams had 6 of his 13 boards on the offensive end, 3 assists, 1 foul, no turnovers, 7 points. He was +32. Tyus Jones had an awesome game, hyper efficient, 8 of 12 from the field in 24 minutes, 4 of 7 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, a block, foul, no turnovers, 21 points. He was +39. And then Desmond Bane, 24 minutes. He was 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line, a rebound, 2 assists, a steal, no turnovers, a foul, 21 points, +46 in 24 minutes. Like, our starting lineup was just a buzzsaw. Brandon Clark played 14 minutes in this game. 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from the line, which, come on, bro. But 5 offensive rebounds out of his 7. Like, 5 of his 7 rebounds were on the offensive end. Second chance opportunities galore for the Grizzlies. 1 assist. He had 11 points. He was +20. Kyle Anderson in 19 minutes was only +2. He had a really good game, though. 4 of 7 from the field. Missed his only 3-point attempt. 1 of 2 from the line. 6 rebounds. 7 assists, a steal. 2 turnovers. 9 points. He played a lot during that fourth quarter, which is why he ended up barely positive. Xavier Tillman played 12 minutes. 1 of 2 from the field, a rebound, assist, a steal, 2 turnovers, a foul, 2 points. He was -13. John Conchar played 16 minutes, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds and assists, 2 steals, 9 points, 3 fouls. He was minus 10. DeAnthony Melton, 24 minutes, 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, a block, 10 points. He was plus 13 on the night. Zaire Williams played 23 minutes, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, made all 3 of his free throws, 3 rebounds, 1 offensive, 2 assists, a steal, a turnover, 2 fouls, 11 points. He was minus 1. And Jarrett Culver played 12 minutes and missed all 6 of his shots. Had 3 rounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, no points, minus 13 because, of course, Jarrett Culver, one of the more obvious overdrafts in recent history, and I thought so at the time. So you look at the shooting percentages, and it's like, well, the Grizzlies only shot like a couple percentage points more. The difference is they had 19 more shots to take than the Warriors, and they made 11 more shots overall. The Warriors were 14 of 39 from 3. The Grizzlies were 18 of 41. And then, of course, you have the flip from the previous game. Big discrepancy in free throws in the Grizzlies' favor. 30 to 13, and they made 22, whereas the Warriors made 9. But even so, like, with you take the free throws out of the equation, this is still a blowout. Grizzlies just dominated, and it was a team effort. It wasn't like one guy put up just massive stats. I mean, Tyus Jones with 21 points, 9 assists, a block, 2 steals. I mean, that's really good numbers. But especially from a backup point guard taking over starting duties, and man, it's going to be hard because we're probably not going to be able to pay him to keep him. I wouldn't imagine, because I think someone's going to give him a starting opportunity, and I just don't know how we're going to keep him, and I'm going to hate to see him leave whenever that day comes. But I mean, you look at Jaren. Jaren had some good numbers, but nothing like crazy. Same with, Bane had really good scoring numbers, but didn't put up like a ton elsewhere. This is just a really great team performance. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double figures. You've got 2 more guys beyond that who had 9 points. And then Adams had 7 on his own as well. Just an extremely awesome team effort, and that's how the Grizzlies have continued to win. And also, speaking of the Grizzlies and how great this team's put together, our general manager just won Executive of the Year. And rightfully so. Let's get into Bucks Celtics. So this was an interesting game. Milwaukee went into the first quarter came out of the first quarter with a 2-point lead, and then Boston outscored them by 9 in the second quarter, by 2 in the third. Went into the fourth with a 9-point lead, and ended up losing. And Drew Holiday was awesome down the stretch. Defensively, he made 2 clutch plays at the very end to win the game, or to seal the win. Once again, though, without Middleton, the Bucks offense, the fact that, and this is just a testament to how good the Bucks are, they're up 3-2 with 2 wins in Boston in this series without Chris Middleton. So Giannis played 40 minutes. He was 16 of 27 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 6 of 10 from the line, 11 rebounds, 2 of those offensive, 3 assists, a steal, a block. He had 7 turnovers and 4 fouls, but 40 points. He was plus 7. Drew Holiday in this game, after a really bad game 4, comes back, shoots slightly better, especially from 3. He was 9 of 24 overall, 4 of 7 from 3. I mean, being 5 of 17 from inside the arc's really bad, but, you know, he played 41 minutes. He was 2 of 2 from the line, but he had 8 rebounds, 1 of those offensive, 8 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls, 24 points, plus 14 for the game. Which, I mean, that means they won by 3. That means the Celtics, in the 7 minutes Holiday didn't play in this game, were plus 11. Antetokounmpo played, or only, sat out for 8 minutes in this game. Let's see, he was plus 7, so the Celtics were plus 4 in the minutes he wasn't on the court. Let's see here. Wes Matthews played 37 minutes, 3 of 9 from the field, missed all of his shots inside the arc, but 3 of 6 from 3, 7 rebounds, 3 offensive, 2 assists, a steal, 9 points. He was plus 6. Brook Lopez was minus 3 in 20 minutes, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. 3 rebounds, 2 of those were on the offensive end, 2 assists, 2 points, a foul. But Brook Lopez has always been more of a box-out guy than a rebound gobbler. Grayson Allen played 30 minutes, 3 of 7 from 3, 1 of 2 from, or 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 2 rebounds, 1 of them offensive. 5 assists for Grayson Allen, 1 block, 3 turnovers, 2 fouls, 8 points. He was plus 5. Bobby Portis, 28 minutes, and I believe he hit like a really clutch 3 at the end of the game as well. 4 of 14. No, it wasn't 3. It might have been just a shot. I saw something like he hit like some kind of clutch shot last night before I went to bed. Or at least that was the title of the highlight. So whatever. But he was 4 of 14, 0 of 2 from 3, 6 of 6 from the line. What's crazy is he had 15 rebounds, 7 of them offensive. Once again, if you cannot win on the glass, you're going to lose. Like, if you let another team, how many total? Have 17 offensive rebounds in a game, it's going to be hard to beat them because it doesn't matter if you're getting them to miss shots. You're giving them more shots. That's more attempts to score. You don't have to be as efficient with your attempts if you've got significantly more attempts. So, Bobby Portis, poor shooting. I'm going to think that maybe some of those offensive rebounds were, maybe rebounding his own misses. But 15 rebounds, 7 offensive, 2 assists, a steal, 14 points, 3 fouls, no turnovers. He was plus 2. George Hill was abysmal in his 13 minutes. No shot attempts, 2 rebounds, 2 fouls, minus 15. No points. And then Pat Connaughton played 31 minutes, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. His lone rebound and offensive rebound, he had a steal, a block, 1 turnover, 13 points. He was minus 1. So pretty much an even player there. And they didn't play, they only played an 8-man rotation. So, let's see. 40 of 92 shooting. 43.5% from the field's not amazing. But when you're shooting 44.8% from 3, that's pretty good. 17 to 21 from the line. The Celtics, on the other hand, Grant Williams, 31 minutes, misses all of his shot attempts. 2 rebounds, 1 offensive, an assist. 4 fouls, 2 turnovers, 0 points. He was minus 11. Not a great game for Grant Williams. Jason Tatum played 42 minutes. 12 of 29 shooting, 2 of 11 from 3, 8 of 9 from the line, 6 rebounds, 1 offensive, 4 assists, a steal, a block, a turnover, 3 fouls, 34 points. He was minus 4 on the game. 41 minutes for Al Horford, 4 of 7 from the field, missed both his threes, 8 rebounds, 1 offensive, 6 assists, 3 steals, a block, a turnover, 3 fouls, minus 5, 8 points. not the, coming off the Al Horford game, this is not a bad game, but for Al Horford at all. But after that offensive explosion, the previous game, kind of interesting. Marcus Smart, 6 of 11 from the field in 38 minutes, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds and assists, 2 steals, a block, 15 points, 3 turnovers, 2 fouls. He was -6. Jaylen Brown was -7. He had 26 points in 35 minutes on 9 of 19 shooting, 3 of 7 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 8 rebounds, 2 offensive, 6 assists, a block, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. Like I said, -7. They only played an 8-man rotation as well. Daniel Tias, in a flip-flop from last game, played 11 minutes, made all 5 of his shots, including a 3, 1 rebound, 1 block, 2 fouls, 11 points. He was +7. Derek White in 32 minutes was 4 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point land, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. He's one of the best guards I've ever seen at blocking shots. 1 turnover, 2 fouls, 9 points. He was +8. And then Peyton Pritchard in 10 minutes was 2 of 3 from the field, misses only 3, 2 rebounds and assist, 4 points. He was, like I said, +3. And then no one else got any minutes. And this is where we see that free throw shooting and allowing a team to shoot more times than you hurts you. The Celtics made 42 shots on 82 attempts. That's 2 more shots made on 10 fewer attempts. The issue is they shot worse from 3, 10 of 31 to Milwaukee's 13 of 29. And here's the free throw disparity. And it's very slight. But they shot 6 less free throws and made 4 less. They shot more efficiently from the line because they were 13 from 15, whereas the Bucks were 17 of 21. But once again, when you let the other team shoot significantly more times because they out-rebounded you, the Celtics only had 5 offensive rebounds in this game. They had 31 defensive. The Bucks had 32 defensive rebounds. But they had 17 offensive. When you're allowed to shoot more times than your opponent, you're going to have a higher likelihood of winning. And that's one of the downsides of the Celtics being without the injured Robert Williams right now. Because they have all these big type players like Al Horford. Grant Williams plays the wing a lot, but he can play small ball center. But, as he's an undersized front court player who's not super springy. He's a fundamentally sound player, really good on defense, and he's got a high basketball IQ, but he's not super athletic. And Al Horford is a ground-bound big at this point of his career. I mean, he's 6'9", and he's not super athletic. Daniel Tice is like 6'7", and not like super athletic. Robert Williams gives them something they didn't have. They bring in... What's crazy is when they pulled the... when they pulled the trade for Horford, this offseason, they had the opportunity. They also got this guy named Bobby Brown. He's a really athletic, high upside center who was putting up some really good numbers for OKC in his minutes. He seemed like a really nice rotation big that could be useful for the Celtics. And they instead, after the trade, they just waived him. They released him. And then eventually traded for Daniel Tice's bad contract that Houston had signed him to. I really don't understand. And then they pick up Luke Cornett from the Raptors, who's another non-athletic center. I think it was the Raptors that they got Cornett from, or where he was or previously. Well, they got Luke Cornett, and Cornett's like not athletic at all. And it just kind of makes you wonder if, like, a game like this, it would have been nice to have Bobby Brown around. It'd be nice to have a springier, more athletic center to counter the Bucks' just incredible offensive rebounding, particularly. I mean, and this was as a team. With, 4 players in double digits on the offensive board. I mean, with multiple offensive rebounds, not double digits. And everybody on the team having at least one, except for George Hill, who apparently was just lazy the entire game. I mean, he did have 2 defensive rebounds, but I mean, he literally did nothing else the whole game except commit 2 fouls. Like, it helps to have someone like, or help to have those athletic, springy, energy bigs. This would be a great game to have a guy like Bismack Biyombo or JaVale McGee to play for a stretch. But anyway, that's how things crumbled for the Celtics last night, was on the offensive glass. Let's see here. All right, let's look at these headlines. These are the NBA headlines. NBA unveils new trophies honoring Bird and Magic. Well, that's going to be interesting. Let's actually look at those. Eric Spoelstra. Riley on Mount Rushmore of executives. I agree. Pat Riley's incredible. And if the award wasn't going to go to... I keep forgetting his name. I think it's Zach Kleiman of the Grizzlies. It should have gone to Pat Riley this year for assembling this Heat roster. Well, and it's more than just that. It's also their coaching staff and developmental staff. I feel like there needs to be a second, award involving coaching that just goes to player development. That honors that. Because what the Heat have done consistently over the years with their depth players is incredible. Lowry, once again, going to miss another game because of his hamstring injury. He'll be out for Game 6. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and like I said, the Grizzlies GM, Zach Kleiman, 33, the youngest to win Executive of the Year award ever. The youth movement in Memphis has been awesome for us all across the board. Jerry West won the award for the 2003-04 season. Wait, what is this? Oh, yeah. Kleiman is the second Grizzlies executive to receive the honor. Jerry West won the award in 03-04 while working with the Grizzlies. Kleiman became general manager and executive vice president of basketball operations in April 2019, which that's crazy to think of. He's 33 right now. He was 30 when he took the job. The Grizzlies GM received 16 of 29 first-place votes and earned 85 total points. Cleveland president Kobe Altman and Chicago Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations Arturas Karnisovas tied for second. Phoenix General Manager James Jones and Miami President Pat Riley tied for fourth. And that's interesting. Chicago got off to a great start that was marred by injuries, unfortunately. That was the big... Because I think for a lot of the season, people probably were looking at Chicago as general manager. Or should I say president of... or executive vice president of basketball operations. Cleveland president Kobe Altman. He's a deserving, finalist for the award for sure. It's crazy, though, that this Grizzlies team, considering how young it is. This is this season, which we had the second best record in the league this year. This is tied for the best record in franchise history. I mean, it's just crazy. Man. I mean, and this is the thing about Executive of the Year. The decision, so Kleiman was hired, and then he hired Jenkins and drafted John Morant directly, like, after being hired that first year. He joined Memphis in 2015 as in-house legal counsel before becoming assistant general manager for the 2018-19 season. That's an interesting path there. He worked at an international law firm before working for Memphis. Which, I mean, in 2015, he would have been 26. Man, this guy, what a life. Alright, let's see here. What I have pulled up here. Okay. NBA unveils new trophies awards honoring Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Bob Cousy, and Oscar Robertson. Interesting. It's no coincidence that in the same year the NBA is celebrating its 75th anniversary, the league is unveiling an ensemble of trophies and awards that will feature new designs and will honor iconic players such as Larry Bird, Irvin Magic Johnson, Bob Cousy, and Oscar Robertson. I feel like one of those should have been a Kobe Award, but, you know. During the conference finals, which could begin Sunday. Here's my thing. Do they have, like, a trophy for the scoring title, and is it named after George Gervin? Anyway. During the conference finals, which could begin Sunday or Monday, a standout player will be awarded the first Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP award, and another winner will take home the first Irvin Magic Johnson Western Conference Finals MVP award. Well, that would have to be at the end of the conference finals, right? Not during, but at the end of each conference final. Johnson and Bird, both basketball Hall of Famers who entered the league in 1979 and whose rivalry helped the NBA explode in popularity over several decades, are logical namesakes for redesigned awards for excellence representing each conference according to the league. Actually, that makes a ton of sense. Really, all the sense. Considering during the 80s, those teams won, let's see, the Lakers won 5 titles during Magic's run with the Lakers. Well, during the seasons that, either ended or began with a year in the 80s. So, like, from 79-80 to, like, 89-90. And then Larry Bird and the Celtics won 3 finals during that stretch. And they played each other in, like, I think 4 or 5 of those finals. I think, like, 5 of those finals between the two teams. Larry and Magic defining the 80s and having that bi-coastal relationship representing their conferences like no other two people have, said Christopher Arena, who is the NBA's head of on-court and brand partnerships. Oh my God, that is such a... Some of these, like, corporate titles are so cringe. We just thought it was a perfect symmetry. I don't care. In addition, the newly designed Eastern Conference Championship trophy will now be named after Cousy, a point guard who won 6 NBA championships with the Boston Celtics. The updated Western Conference Championship trophy will be named after Robertson, a point guard who won the 1971 NBA championship with the Milwaukee Bucks, who are currently in the Eastern Conference. That's stupid. Even if Milwaukee was in the West back then, this is stupid. Like, your Western Conference championship award should be named after someone who was involved with winning a bunch of Western Conference championships. Maybe name it after Jerry West. Well, Jerry West is the logo. Or Elgin Baylor. Or Wilt Chamberlain. Who the scoring title could also be named after. Or Kobe. Which I just named a bunch of Lakers, but, I mean, for real. Or name it after Tim Duncan. Robertson and Cousy are being honored for their on-court contributions, as well as the impact they made as early presidents of the National Basketball Players Association. I mean, I just, once again, like, I understand Cousy, and, like, I get wanting to do something involving Robertson, but I don't think he fits that award as much. Similar to the original trophies created in 2001, the Eastern and Western Conference Finals champion trophies each raise a silver basketball. So, yeah. Well, all of them raise what looks to be a silver basketball. So, let's see. I'm assuming the bigger ones are the finals trophies, and the smaller ones are the the conference finals MVP trophies. Anyway, where was I? Okay. We considered potential namesakes, and we landed on those 4 former players for what we thought were some fairly obvious reasons, Arena said. Newly named trophies aren't the only change the league has introduced this postseason, as redesigns also are appearing on other trophies. Thanks to an ongoing collaboration with Los Angeles-based designer Victor Solomon, Tiffany & Co., and the league. The Larry O'Brien NBA Championship Trophy, which was introduced in 1977 and was named after O'Brien in 1984, also is getting a makeover. Why? The updated version will feature a new circular base that will include etched names of all previous NBA champions, as well as modifications to the appearance of the basketball at the top of the trophy, and to the column of the trophy, which features a golden basketball hoop. Okay, actually that might not be that bad of an update. The Bill Russell Finals MVP Award trophy has received a similar update, although the silhouette of the conference finals trophies won't be changed too dramatically. Both will have refreshed appearances ahead of this year's championship series, which are set to begin as early as Sunday. Also, earlier this season, the league debuted new trophies attached to awards honoring Kobe Bryant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Wait, there is a Kobe award? Oh, they named the NBA All-Star MVP award after Kobe. I forgot about that. Which, once again, you want to know why I forgot about that? Because no one cares about the All-Star game anymore. Whoops, did not mean to switch over to my YouTube there.
Everybody sees it.
And the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar award has to do with, like, activism stuff, so, you know, who really cares about that one? Our experts answer big NFL draft questions. Which rookie will have fantasy? Yeah. All right, let's see these NFL headlines real quick. Broncos wide receiver Judy arrested, taken in. Oh, God. Source, Patriots trading quarterback Stidham to Raiders. Okay. Jags number 1 overall pick Walker. So they've signed him to his rookie deal. Let's see. And that's all we've got right now. Okay. Let's see. Sorry for the college football. With Big 12 move on the horizon, Gus Malzahn and UCF prepare for the next step. Okay. Judge dismisses Title IX claims against Nebraska. And I am not shocked. If this is the case, I think it is. I talked about this during the first run of my stream last year. BYU Utah State to discontinue series after 2022. Oh, that sucks. I'm guessing because BYU's going to the Big 12 and they don't have the ability to play every year. Memphis' Liberty Bowl to get $150 million renovation. That's good. The Liberty Bowl needs one. It's also like a sneaky, iconic college stadium. Very unique. And, recruiting news. Ohio State Buckeyes football lands top 2024 QB prospect Dylan Raiola. ESPN doesn't have rankings for the 2024 class yet, but Raiola, which they will in the fall once they become the juniors, is widely regarded as one of the top overall recruits and one of the top quarterbacks in his class. He is also the son of former Detroit Lions offensive lineman Dominique Raiola. That's what I thought. The younger Raiola had offers from nearly every major program, including his father's alma mater, Nebraska, along with Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame, Oregon, and USC, among others. Raiola is a 6'3", 220-pound prospect from Chandler High School in Chandler, Arizona, which means he's probably like 6'1", and 210 pounds. I'm kidding. The weight's probably true, but I bet you he's like 6'1", maybe 6'2". Because these height measurements, like, they always turn out wrong eventually when we get real official measurements. And recently transferred from Burleson, Texas, where he played for former NFL quarterback John Kitna his sophomore season. Under Kitna, he threw for 3,243 yards and 42 touchdowns and will play for the Chandler team this season. Wonder why they decided to move, why he decided to transfer schools. It's kind of interesting because I think playing for a former NFL quarterback probably be a good idea, especially one as intelligent and fundamentally sound as Kitna. He was always a guy I thought would end up being a coach and being a really good one. So, all right, Denver Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy arrested, taken into custody. Denver Broncos wide receiver was arrested Thursday afternoon by the Arapahoe County, Colorado Sheriff's Department. Jeudy, according to the Sheriff's Department, was taken into custody between 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. No information on charges was immediately available, given Jeudy was still going through the booking process early Thursday afternoon. Broncos officials did not immediately respond for comment. The Broncos are currently in their off-season program, and Jeudy has been a regular attendee, including sessions this week. Jeudy was the Broncos' first-round pick in 2020. He missed 6 games this past season with an ankle injury and finished with 38 receptions for 467 yards and no touchdowns. They also had terrible quarterback play for a lot of the season when he was healthy, or at least uneven. Wednesday, Jeudy had expressed optimism quarterback Russell Wilson's arrival would mean a far better season for him was on the horizon. Well, I will probably be updating this story tomorrow, although I'll check back before the end of the show. So this happened like today. Let's see what time it is. Okay, we're doing good. Doing good. Let me check the chat. Sorry, I hadn't checked chat in a minute. All right, cool. New England Patriots trading backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham to Las Vegas Raiders, source confirms. Let's see. The Patriots will... Okay. Well, let's see. The Patriots are finalizing a trade to send him to the Stidham to the Raiders. They will also send Las Vegas a 2023 7th-round pick in return for the Raiders' 6th-round selection in 2023. All right. Stidham, who at one point was considered a top candidate to replace Tom Brady in 2020, enters his 4th season in the NFL and will vie for a backup spot behind starter Derek Carr in Las Vegas, along with Nick Mullins and Garrett Gilbert. The trade also reunites Stidham with Raiders first-year coach Josh McDaniels, who was Stidham's offensive coordinator in New England the past 3 seasons. Seems like a fit. And he's going the last year of his rookie deal. Stidham's time with the Pats took several notable turns. The former Auburn star was selected in the 4th round of the 2019 draft and quickly ascended to the number 2 role behind Brady in his rookie season. When Brady departed for the Buccaneers in free agency in 2020, Stidham seemed poised to elevate to the starting role before New England signed veteran Cam Newton in the weeks leading up to training camp. Newton quickly secured the number 1 job, and veteran Brian Hoyer also beat out Stidham for the top backup spot. In 2021, Stidham's path was blocked again when the Patriots selected quarterback Mac Jones in the 1st round of the draft. They haven't talked about the fact that he did play in 2020. Stidham's standing on the 2022 roster was placed in jeopardy when the Patriots selected Western Kentucky quarterback Bailey Zappi in the 4th round of the draft, which, Stidham was going to the last year of his rookie deal. They were looking for a guy who would be on the cheap as a backup for the future. Stidham has appeared in 8 games over his 3 NFL seasons, all in reserve, or all as a reserve. He has completed 48 of 124 passes for 270 yards with 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. Yeah. He has 1 year remaining on his contract at a salary of $965,000. Patriots have been tight to the salary cap, and trading Stidham provides some short-term relief. Yep, that's about right. And then Judge dismisses Title IX claims against Nebraska. A federal judge in Nebraska dismissed the claims of 4 female students who had sued the University of Nebraska alleging that the school failed to adequately respond to their reports of being sexually assaulted and harassed by male athletes. The reason this is being dismissed is because they were proven false. Not that they were, not investigated or, the investigation was inconclusive, but the claims were proven the guys were exonerated. In his ruling issued Wednesday, Chief U.S. District Judge Robert F. Rossiter Jr. wrote that the school's actions, even with reported delays and missteps, did not reach the threshold of being deliberately indifferent and did not put the students at risk for further harm or violate their civil rights. Wow, that's a nice claim. Or, that's being really nice to the plaintiffs and kind of crappy to the university. And once again, missteps are different than indifference, which is what the claims basically were. Also, there are commonly delays in investigations. The dismissal came almost a year after the U.S. Department of Justice, in a rare move, filed a statement of interest in the lawsuit. The DOJ accused the university of erroneously misapplying, conflating, and misreading Title IX sex discrimination laws in the university's response to the women's lawsuit. The DOJ statement filed in June 2021 said that the university adopted an unnecessarily restrictive definition of what it means to suffer harassment and discrimination under Title IX. By the way, what that means is, based on the case, and I covered this last year, the DOJ apparently wants the claim of suffering harassment is enough to have suffered harassment, not actually suffering harassment. Based on the facts of the case. DOJ spokesperson did not immediately respond for comment. The judge also dismissed the claims of 3 other female students with similar allegations against the university. He ruled in favor of 2 of the plaintiffs. He ruled in favor of 2 of the plaintiffs whose reports did not involve athletes and allowed their portion of the lawsuits to proceed. Okay, so, and those were ones I did not cover because they were not covered, because they did not pertain to sports. And see, so once again, here's where we're at. The Title IX stuff, or the cases that ESPN's mentioning and the DOJ, and the reason they're covering this, were because of 2 former Nebraska players who were kicked off the team because they were wrongfully accused and lied about. So here are these other 2 cases that don't involve athletes that are going forward because they likely had merit to their cases. Elizabeth Abnor, an attorney for the plaintiffs, said Thursday that she was excited to see that the court acknowledges the severe harm that the 2 women experienced and is currently reviewing options regarding the other plaintiffs. The thing is, like, now they're reporting on something that is not sports related. A university spokesperson issued a statement saying that the university is pleased with the court's decision to dismiss 7 of the 9 plaintiffs and all but 2 of the claims in this case. The opinion provides substantial affirmation for the university's confidence in its overall Title IX process. While we cannot comment on the specifics of any Title IX case, every case is difficult and investigated on the information made available. The university disagrees with the factual assertions in the remaining claims and will continue to actively defend the litigation. The Title IX lawsuit filed in July 2020 represented claims by 9 former female students, 4 of whom made reports involving athletes. 2 of the football players referenced in the lawsuit are Katarian Legrone and Andre Hunt, who were expelled from Nebraska in April 2020 after Title IX investigators found them responsible for having sexually assaulted a female student who is not a party to the lawsuit. Which, here's the thing. This is a Title IX lawsuit regarding claims about, but like the party wasn't even involved. So this is interesting. Which hopefully they'll get into why, or we'll be able to get into why from here. But these, or let me reread this from the beginning. So the Title IX lawsuit filed in July 2020 represented claims by 9 former female students, 4 of whom made reports involving athletes. 2 of the football players referenced, Katarian Legrone and Andre Hunt, who were expelled from Nebraska in April 2020 after Title IX investigators found them responsible for having assaulted a female student who is not a party to the lawsuit. Which is interesting that she's not involved in this. They were also criminally charged, and in April 2021, a jury found Legrone not guilty. Hunt pleaded guilty to a reduced misdemeanor charge of providing fake information to law enforcement. Meaning, they didn't actually... And what usually happens there is, a guy is scared. And same, a woman in the same situation. People, normal people, are scared of the higher thing. They get to plead guilty to some lesser thing that is non-related. Probably because they couldn't prove and this is what happened here. They couldn't prove Hunt did anything, but they could prove that he lied and gave false testimony to the police, and that's what he pleaded guilty to. But once again, Legrone, not guilty. Hunt and Legrone were the subject, and notice how ESPN says he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor there. Don't put that in any context. Hunt and Legrone were the subject of multiple other reports of alleged offenses, although none of those resulted in criminal charges because there probably was no evidence. One of the plaintiffs in the Title IX lawsuit, former Nebraska volleyball player Capri Davis, alleged that the two men had groped her at a party and later retaliated against her for having reported them to Title IX investigators. According to the lawsuit, the university did not promptly or properly investigate the groping allegation or reported retaliation and did not find Hunt or Legrone responsible for either. Davis played for their top 10 ranked volleyball team until fall 2019 when she transferred to Texas. Davis said she transferred because of the school's handling of the groping report, as well as an incident in which she said university communication staff advised her to publicly address a false rumor that she was pregnant with the child of a different football player. The lawsuit states she said she didn't receive support from the university in dealing with the harassment that came from that incident. Rossiter wrote that the harassment Davis alleges, the groping on her buttocks, is completely inappropriate and indecent, but it likely does not meet the legal standard for what is considered severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive, such that she was deprived of any educational opportunities. I mean, yeah, going to some non-school sanctioned party where you're, as a musician, while I was in college, I played some parties. Heck, even school-sponsored parties where people are dancing. People are grinding all up against each other. I don't know. But I do remember there were more serious claims than this one. And those were proven out to be very questionable, if not completely false. Rossiter also addressed claims by Davis and other female students that they had been retaliated against, stating that because the alleged retaliatory acts were perpetrated by other students and not the school, they had no claim. And that's true. You cannot sue the university for what other people do. His decision contradicted what DOJ attorneys wrote in their 2021 statement. Yeah, because the DOJ attorneys have a political interest in a certain outcome. It's the problem with our Department of Justice. It is no longer a Department of Justice. It's a Department of Politics. So anyway, but I do remember covering this case a year ago when all of this, or when the charge, should I say, not necessarily the Title IX case, but the criminal case against those two football players that were named. And there was plenty of contradictory evidence that went in the football players' favor in that case. Anyway, let's go to the main page, and then we're going to wrap up the show. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Phillips, the 5-star recruit. So we'll finish with that one after this one. So Kentucky Derby winner.
This is a freezer, not a time capsule. Sometimes the house.
My God. Autoplay ads. Kentucky Derby winner Rich Strike won't run Preakness. Which, by the way, the media is trying to go after the owner of Rich Strike for something in the past, that was stupid. Kentucky Derby long shot winner Rich Strike will not run in the Preakness Stakes on May 21st. Owner Rick Dawson said in a statement, "Our original plan for Rich Strike was contingent on the Kentucky Derby. Should we not run in the Derby, we would point toward the Preakness. Should we run in the Derby, subject to the race outcome and the condition of our horse, we would give him more recovery time and rest and run the Belmont or another race and stay on course to run with 5 or 6 weeks rest between races." Rich Strike entered the Derby an 80-1 long shot with 4-1 favorite Epicenter and Zandon engaged in a duel at the front. Rich Strike stole the show with the second biggest upset in the Derby's 148-year history. The Chestnut Colt beat Epicenter by 3/4 of a length. Zandon finished another 3/4 of a length back in third. Rich Strike paid $163.60. Only Donneral, in 1913, had a higher payout at $184.9 or $184.90. That means if you bet $1, you won $184.90. For people who aren't big on the betting world. All right. Rich Strike was purchased by Dawson, who races as Red TR Racing LLC, for $30,000 last fall when the colt was entered in a low-level claiming race by his former owner. Rich Strike was not expected to be the morning line favorite for the Preakness, with Epicenter and Kentucky Oaks winner Secret Oath set to be part of the field. He could have been the first Derby winner not to go off as the Preakness post-time favorite since 2012, when I'll Have Another won the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown. With Rich Strike's surprise withdrawal, the Preakness will go on without the official Derby champion for the second time in 4 years. Country House and disqualified winner Maximum Security skipped the race in 2019. I remember when that happened. That was big. Mandalone, who was elevated to the 2021 Derby win long after Medina Spirit tested positive for a substance not allowed on race day, also did not run in the Preakness. With Rich Strike pointing to the Belmont, the Preakness appears to be a wide-open race with horses back from the Derby, a wide-open race with horses back from the Derby, potentially including Zandon and fourth-place finisher Simplification. Trainer Chad Brown is also expected to enter early voting. Funny name. Greg Norman refers to Jamal Khashoggi killing as mistake, drawing backlash. LIV Golf clarification. What? The LIV Golf Invitational Series has attempted to clarify CEO Greg Norman's comments that referred to the Saudi Arabian monarchy's alleged involvement in the death of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi as a mistake A remark that drew widespread criticism, including from Khashoggi's fiancée. On Wednesday, during a news conference in London to promote LIV Golf's first event at Centurion Club, June 9th through 11th, Norman was asked about Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's alleged complicity in the 2018 killing of Khashoggi, an American citizen. LIV Golf is being financed by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, which is controlled by bin Salman. From what I heard and what you guys reported, just take ownership of what it is, Norman told reporters. Take ownership no matter what it is. Look, we've all made mistakes, and you just want to learn from those mistakes and how you can correct them going forward. Okay. That was a great thing until, like, the mistakes part. I mean, let's see. Khashoggi was killed inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in October 2018. The Saudi Crown Prince had denied involvement in the killing. Hadis Singiz, who was supposed to marry Khashoggi the same year he died, shared her outrage at Norman's comments. Wow, why do you just say, look, I don't know. It's like, you know what you reported on it. I don't have an opinion on it. Like, I don't really know what if he had, if he didn't know what he was talking about, he should have just said, I really don't have enough knowledge of this to comment on it. Like, he should have just not commented. That was stupid. And then, of course, it ended with a equally stupid comment and ill-advised dude. Ugh. But this is also why you shouldn't be doing business with the Saudis. Here's the thing, though. The problem is there's a bunch of people who've been slandering Phil Mickelson over being willing to be a part of this Saudi-backed thing. Greg Norman had already been under fire before this. There's a lot of criticism for having anything to do with Saudi Arabia, which is funny because the last time I checked, all of these same media people are totally fine with the NBA doing business with China. They're not criticizing the fact that the NBA is going to be playing, I think, some preseason games in the United Arab Emirates, which is, I mean, basically they have the same governing religious principles that the Saudis have. It's hypocrisy. Julian Phillips, final uncommitted 5-star recruit in the 2022 class, chooses to play for my Tennessee Volunteers. Go Big Orange. He is the number 13th rated player in the class. He is the number 6 small forward in the class. He's 6'7". He's from South Carolina, but he played his last year at Link Year Prep in Missouri. He averaged 19.6 points per game for Upward Stars on the Adidas Gauntlet AAU circuit. He then also averaged 15.7 points and 4.7 rebounds per game in 3 Geico Nationals tournaments, which is like a national high school championship tournament, including 20 points and 6 rebounds in a quarterfinal win over Oak Hill Academy in Virginia. He led them to the finals, like the championship game where they lost. But, I mean, when you go for 20 points, 6 rebounds, and lead your team to a win over Oak Hill Academy. Oak Hill is ridiculous. They've put out so many people. Because I'm pretty sure Oak Hill's where Carmelo came from. And I almost want to say Kevin Durant also went to Oak Hill, but I think I'm wrong there. But this is a huge get for the Volunteers. And what's crazy is we're going to get another year out of former highly ranked recruit Josiah Jordan James. Where Kennedy Chandler's going in the draft. He's going to be a first-round pick, but most of our team is returning. I'm excited to see what Phillips is able to do. I'm super excited for this year's Tennessee team. And then we've also got Indiana State transfer Tyreek Key, who averaged 17.2 points per game 2 seasons ago before sitting out last season. He's going to give us a potentially explosive scoring guard. I'm really excited for this basketball season. So that is the show for today. I'm going to dip out of here. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Thursday. I will be streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m. as I do Monday through Friday. So I'll see you there. Hope y'all have a